guys, Joe here from XFoxGames. Check it out, we got the Adventure Force MatrixFire here. Now, this is a pretty interesting blaster. It's been sitting actually down here for probably like a month, but I've been meaning to get to it because I was like, okay, this reminds me of the Destructor. I got it down here. We'll take a quick look at it, and I like that blaster. Kind of a hopper-fed system that you can just throw a handful of darts into and just have it shoot, kind of let it sort itself out. Now, there always are a few problems with kind of that feeding mechanism, and we'll go over those. And yeah, so let's just hop right into this thing. Boom, you can check out the box. It's a pretty good-looking blaster. We picked ours up at Walmart. It was fairly cheap. It was, it's a, you know, again, a pretty good blaster. 32 darts. It's not bad. I mean, that's a lot of darts. And they are the waffle head darts, which, now, the waffle heads used to be my favorite, especially in a flywheel, but a lot of the stuff that I shoot now is kind of your Springer type stuff, and I like to have the head of the dart a little bit more angled and chamfered comparison to the waffle heads, right, which have a larger head that tend to get grabbed by those flywheels a little bit better. So the box is not too bad. Now, up close, look at this thing. I mean, it definitely has that that Adventure Force feel, that green, kind of that gunmetal gray on all the different parts, very kind of military looking, and that's why I like this thing. I mean, look at that. I mean, it looks serious. Now, this, again, is very similar to, and I'll pull it up here, the Destructor. Now, the Destructor was kind of the same concept, but a different color scheme, right? A little more playful on that blaster. But they are almost like the same thing, except the hopper system. So the hopper system on the Destructor is on the top of the blaster, and it just feeds down, where it has a belt drive that just feeds the next dart into the flywheels. Comparison to the MatrixFire here, which is kind of the same thing. If we open up that side kind of hopper there, you could see way at the bottom there is a bigger belt, which feeds the darts in sideways. Is one quicker or better? You know, to be honest, I think the Destructor did it a little bit better. I think it fed the darts a little bit better than this. I tended to have a little bit of issue with this. So, you know, if you are kind of thinking, hey, that's a nice feeding system, it's nothing new. It's just been done in a different fashion, whether it's on the top here or on the side. Now, one of the things here is I had some problems with my hopper right out of the gate. You know, when you open it, there are these like little tabs on the kind of on the side of the push-down plate that gives a little bit of pressure down onto the darts. Mine was sticking, so when I had to open it up sometimes, it was like really stuck, and I had to feel like, I almost felt like I was going to break the thing when I opened it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, the handle on this feels great. It's a nice, narrow, thin handle, and the front kind of grip up there feels great too. I've never had a problem with any of the Dart Zone stuff, the Adventure Force stuff that has Dart Zone kind of compatibility on there, or influence per se. It has always felt great. Now, this is a 9.6 volt blaster, so you can see on the right hand side here, yeah, it's gonna be 9.6 volts. Anything that's 9.6 volts, I know is gonna rock. I love it compared to the 6 volts. I know I'm gonna get a little bit more punch, a little bit more quicker, you know, kick, and I love this blaster that it's 9.6 volts. Now, let's hop and let's just watch me shooting this thing. So you can see here, got my normal little setup, and you know, it's not coming in too bad. 75 FPS-ish, somewhere right in there. And here's the thing, is all of the darts, when I shot it, were hovering around 75 FPS. So it didn't go like 75, 70, 68, you know, the quicker you shot, it was 74, 75, 74, 75, 75, you know, 76. It was plus or minus 4 or 5 FPS comparison to, you know, other ones that we've seen. You guys know it, where it tries to shoot and it's like, whoa, I'm jumping 10, 15, 20 FPS if I don't let it spool up. So 75 FPS is respectable. Now, you can see on some of this, you know, I had to open up the hopper. I didn't know if I was out. I didn't know if it wasn't feeding right. You had to like kind of shake it a little bit, right? So just kind of keep that in mind that this thing shoots pretty quick. I think at its top, I mean, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 if everything is feeding right, maybe 3, 4, 5. But it was very rare for me that this thing fed 100% of the time, every single time. And I get it. It's a different hopper type system on this particular blaster. So I did a second round where I just let it fly. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna hold the trigger and I'm gonna shoot. And still, I feel like the feeding mechanism is just a little bit quicker than, you know, what this hopper can kind of push down and do. I tried it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and I don't think there was ever a time where I was able to shoot this particular blaster and get all the darts out in one full run. So there you go. I mean, pretty simple, guys, right? So listen to this. So you can hear it. Sometimes when it's really firing, it's shoot, 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 shoot. So for the most part, yeah, I mean, it does what it does. But here's the thing. You know, with these darts to load them, I love this because with any of these hopper systems, you can just grab a handful of darts as long as they're, you know, the tip is angled up, and you could just throw them in there. You just throw them in, and I love that because now you can just grab a bunch of darts off the ground, make sure they're oriented right, throw it in, and you are good to go. And again, this comes along with those waffle head darts, which aren't too bad. Again, I try to use different darts. You know, those aren't my favorites anymore, but still, you know, I like this. And in my head, man, you could really just cut off this whole front end. You could almost have like a pistol type thing here. Just hack off this whole front part right here. So I'm looking at it thinking, maybe Xbox might do a little bit of a modification on this. Even this here, on the Destructor, I was thinking the same thing. You could almost cut off all this front stuff right here, because this was more like this. You could cut off all of this front stuff here and just have something that's very, very tiny. So maybe I'll do it to that. Maybe I'll do it to this. I don't know. But still, I like this. I think it looks cool. I know some other blasters, right, always have the chain coming out the end, but this and the way that it's set up, yeah, not a bad blaster at all. I do like the colors. It is one of my favorite things, again, from Adventure Force. So there is my quick review of the MatrixFire. Just let me know what you guys think of this thing. If you guys have picked it up, if you guys, you know, love this thing, you guys are going to plan on modding it, because just looking at it, yeah, I think I can cut up a lot of this to make it pretty cool. But we'll see. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thanks again, Fox fans.